اليوم صرنا نسمع كثير عن التداول، عن الاستثمار وعن الأسواق المالية. وهون السؤال بيطرح نفسه: هل يا ترى هيدا بس مجرد ترند، ولا الناس صارت تشوف انه راتب واحد بطل كافي؟ اليوم ضيفي هو السي جي او والكو فاوندر تبع تريد فانس. رح نتطرق اليوم مع هاني شهيب على مواضيع خاصة بالتريدينج، عن كل شيء بيلرز بتتضمن بتريد فانس، وكيف الواحد فيه يبلش، وتفاصيل عدة عن التريدينج. اول شيء هاي هاني.
هاي ماجد, thanks for having me. I hope هيدا البودكاست يعطي شوية كلاريتي للعالم. وفي عندك 3 أنواع من العالم. عندك الناس اللي عن جد they are lost أو confused, وعندك الناس يلي هني basically they're lazy. So للناس يلي هني confused أو they're lost, I believe هيدا البودكاست حيعطيهم شوية كلاريتي, حيحطهم أكتر بالجو على which track they could follow. وللناس اللي هني شوي lazy أو اللي هني lazy, I'm sorry to say, بس no one's gonna come to save you. So take action.
اوكي هاني، عرفنا شوي عن حالك اكثر. انت شو عم تعمل وشو شو عم تقدم لتريد فانس؟
First of all, I'm a risk taker. That's the first thing. Second of all, I'm laser focused at TradeVans. Usually, previously, I used to have a diversified as a product portfolio be different sectors, different industries. لا أخذت القرار إنه أكون laser focused at TradeVans, لأن I believe TradeVans is under the industry which is financial markets, واللي هي industry ما في إلها cap. So you could reach whatever you want. There is no limits. وعلى طول في opportunities, وخاصة بالبلد اللي هو نحن عايشين فيه كتير في عندك instability و uncertainty, وهذا الشيء بحطك محل معين. It's all, each and every business is being affected. فبالفاينانشال ماركتس هذا شيء عكس مثل ما بيقولوا.
طيب بدي اسالك هلا، برايك ليه الناس هالقد هاجمه على التريدينج وعلى الاسواق الماليه؟ شو السبب برايك؟
First of all, there's something called Shining Syndrome. So مش بس بالتريدينج, مش بكل شيء بالحياة in general. Any trend, any idea, any opportunity, العالم they go seek it. They leave what they should be doing و they focus on something else. This is the first sector بحيالله trend. Now when it comes to financial markets, تلاقي العالم عم بتكون إذا بدك عنده قبول على فكرة financial markets أو they need to take action, يلي هي من وراء trade funds honestly. لانه عم بيصير في عندك مثل revolutionary idea about financial markets, وانت بالمجتمع اللي عايش فيه فكره التريدينج وفكره التداول او فكره البورصه ان جنرال هي شوي بعيده عنا, وعلى طول نحن بنسمع انه اتس سكام, اتس فرود, بلا بلا بلا. فتريدفنس is doing the opposite. تريدفنس is doing revolutionary ideas in the markets. عم تعمل awareness للعالم. It's offering a free educational session بقلب الافiliate يلي هي صار في عندنا 20 plus affiliate partners بقلب علي. And هذا الشيء عم بيخلي العالم to get exposed into the free educational session that we're offering. And as well, الحمد لله, we are giving a lot of value for our clients. We have a client base which is really good. هذا الكلاينت بيس في عندك شيء اسمه word of mouth. So العالم once they get the results, لوحدك انت حتروح تحكي رفيقك, اهلاتك, عائلتك, whatsoever. And for this reason I believe هني اكثر من pillar مع بعضها. It's being they are accumulating. لهيك بتشوف نحن انه كل العالم راكده ورا هذا الموضوع.
طيب هاني، انت بتعتقد هلا انه دخل واحد ثابت بيكفي الانسان هلا يخلص احتياجاته بالحياه؟
كلنا بنعرف انه هذا الشيء انه دخل واحد منه انف, بس هل يا ترى we're willing to take actions لنكون عم نطور حالنا for a second skill, second opportunity الى اخره. هذا السؤال اذا بدك. So one income stream is not enough, لان بتروح اكثر اذا as a survival instinct. يعني انت حياتك معتمده على هذا الشيء. So as a one income stream, as an employee or whatsoever, معتمد اعتبر انت شغلك على physical aspect. So let's suppose you get injured, سخنت او صار في عندك instability بالايكونومي اللي عم بتصير معنا هلا, شو بتعمل؟ So yes, definitely you need a second extra revenue stream. لأن one revenue stream is a survival, a second revenue stream أو multiple revenue stream أو multiple skills is a freedom إذا بدك.
طب وانت كهاني، شو اللي خليك تفوت على هيك مجال وبعمر كتير صغير؟
اوكي, انا انسان شوي perfectionist شوي. So بحاول قد ما فيه to maximize the opportunities that I have. بحاول قد ما فيه to maximize the capabilities my bad or the potential in the air. So اجت فكرة financial markets 2018 and I procrastinated. أجلت كتير بخبرية إني بلش ل 2020. 2020 was the start إليه. كانت صعبة لان ما كان في عندك awareness. ما بعرف حدا بيشتغل بالفاينانشال ماركتس, ما بعرف حدا بيعمل تريدينج. there is no one to guide you, there is no one to mentor you throughout this process. I faced a lot of losses, which is part of the process definitely. بس كنت شايف انه this thing could work out. وهذا الشيء الحمد لله كان في عندي discipline وإرادة إنه أنا أكون I'm being consistent on keep taking actions, keep improving each and every time. والفرق بين 2020 أو قبل وهلا is TradeVans صراحة. TradeVans gives you that guiding before you start and would support you after you start. يعني أي حدا بده يكون عم ببلش بالتريدينج ما في عنده هيدي lost. ما بعرف أنا وين بدي يكون ببلش. No, they set you on the right track with a one-on-one as a بدك meeting or consultancy meeting, which is بنعرف اللايف ستايل تبع الشخص, their needs, their goals, whatsoever, and we set them on the right track. Now after this person فات بقلب الفاينانشال ماركتس وبلش يكون هو عم بيشتغل بالفاينانشال ماركتس, we have the full support to guide this client او محل معين to minimize their losses, to اذا بدك cut the noise, لان I believe انه كلنا نحن بنقع باغلاط and كلنا بنقطع نحن بلosses وبنقطع obstacles. بس some of those obstacles هني basically noise, هني اشياء انت فيك انه تكون عم بتتغاضاهم, وانت اللي تقدر تتغاضاهم او to avoid those things you need a certain guidance يقول لك what's the right or wrong بقلب هيدي الاندستري.
طب برايك خلينا نحكي شوي ديتيلد اكثر عن هالموضوع. ليه برايك انه هلا كل شخص هو بحاجه لمدخول تاني او لباسيف انكم؟
اوكي قد ايه المينيمم ويج عندك انت هون بلبنان؟ $400 $500 700 واتس ايفر. عن حتى اذا بدك قيمه المصاري قبل غير هلا. So any employee or any person that gets paid with a minimum wage او any certain amount of money عم ينحط بمحل معين انه انت معاشك او المبلغ اللي عم تاخده عم يخلص معك ب10 شهر. So you're gonna be in debt for the next 20 days. And the next month you're gonna be recovering that debt وعم يتراكم عليك المواضيع. So this is one aspect. The second aspect is أنت كإنسان أو as a man first you have to provide. You have to provide للناس اللي بتحبهم, لعائلتك, for your friends, for yourself. How can you provide for yourself and for the people that you love والناس اللي حواليك إذا أنت عندك مصاريف أساسية ما بتحطك بمحل أصلاً أنت تقدر to provide. So that's the first part. The second part, it's purely survival. One income stream is purely survival mode. يعني أنا بس الانكم ستريم اللي عم بقبضه which is one income stream هو بس ليقضي لي حاجاتي الأساسية. It's not something I can scale. It's not something that I could reach me anywhere or another to invest, to do what I love in life. ما ضروري بس شغل. أنا شو بحب بحياتي, يمكن بدي سافر, يمكن بدي to provide for my family, whatsoever. بتحطك to be limited. So a second opportunity, a second skill, a second income stream is mandatory. And I believe a second income stream requires a certain skill, a certain opportunity. Every one of us need multiple skills, multiple opportunities, or at least a second income skill or a second opportunity. ليكون at least he have that إذا بدك mental space إنه يكون هو عم يقدر يفكر شو بدي يعمل بهودي المصاري. as well يكون عن جد he's just living his life, he's not being in a survival mode.
طب وشو خطورة الواحد يكون بس عنده راتب واحد؟
اوكي
وتقريبا على موضوعك انه عم بتقلي مثلا اللي ما عم بيقدر راتب لاخر الشهر، طب هل يا ترى لما واحد يكون عنده باسيف انكم هي بس بحاجة إلى الشخص اللي ما بيقدر يخلص شهره؟
اوكي
ولا even اللي عنده already؟
Yes, I get you. Majd, 30% of our clients are entrepreneurs, are people that have businesses. So هودي العالم هني مش for the sake ولا لأن ما بتأديهم أو لأن the business is not providing for them or whatsoever, but they believe إنه they have the mindset إنه if I can diversify my income, if I can diversify my portfolio, so why not? So those 30% of the people هني they actually accumulate their profits to generate a better capital لأن هني بيعرفوا إن they can generate extra profit او اكتر percentage on their capital. So لا ما انا معتمد بس على الناس اللي بدها passive income. كمان this is an opportunity where people could scale. This is an opportunity where people عن جد فيهم يوصلوا لمحل معين يكون في عندهم هيدا الباسيف income without them being اذا بدك معلقين بسيستم معين بدوام معين. I'm not saying people to quit their jobs. What I'm saying is to let people اذا بدك ياخذوا ريسك معين, to think outside of the box, to seek this opportunity أو بمحل معين in a way or another to give إذا بدك chance for themselves, because everyone deserves a chance. Everyone deserves إنه يكون عم بيطلع من هيدي البوكس إذا بدك أو يكون عم بيطلع من هيدي اللوب اللي نحن عايشينها بالحياة. So yeah, every one of us need an extra revenue stream, a passive income at least, that at محل معين could set them in a sustainable lifestyle. This is what I would say.
طيب بدي انتقل معك لموضوع هي واحدة من البيلرز اللي موجودة بتريد فانس، الكوبي تريد. فيك تخبرني أكتر شو هو الكوبي تريدينج؟
Okay, copy trading isn't something صار له وقت، كان له اسم تاني. بس the structure نحن we're working with بالcopy trading is different. و I'm gonna tell you لمين الcopy trading. First of all, copy trading is for each and every beginner that need to get exposed into financial markets. Each and every one that have a limited time, and as well each and every one that's willing to create a passive income. So copy trading is very simple. You create a passive income with a minimal effort that you set. So أنا المينيمال effort عبارة عن أنا to first of all give myself a chance to think of this opportunity. This is one. Two, to just set قديش أنا I'm willing to risk and deposit the amount. Your account is linked to our portfolio manager. So whenever we execute the trades, I'll structure اللي هحكيه أنا. So it's directly mirrored or executed on your account. So why TradeVance is providing copy trading in a really good value? لأن I believe there is always mitigation strategies or mitigation actions someone can take. اللي هي التريدنج ب 2020 أو من سنة لورا أو من سنتين لورا isn't the same trading هلا. شو قصدي؟ Due to the geopolitical tension that's happening, due to the Trump or Jerome Powell or everyone that could affect the market, محل معين عم بيأثر عليها. So what we've built in TradeVance is 3 departments. The first department is called technical department يلي هي بتشوفوا الcharts up and down whatsoever lines إلى آخره. This is the technical part. The second part is the fundamental. Fundamental هن interest rates, Fed rates whatsoever, CPI, NFP إلى آخره. And the third part is the geopolitical department. The geopolitical department شغلتها إنه تحلل النيوز اللي طلعت أو الأكشن اللي صارت بين two countries أو tension صار and what would affect the market. So now comes the role of a portfolio manager that what it does is he get the reports from the 3 departments and once those reports عم بيتقدموا له حيكون عم بيطلع على الماركت بايس. If you have a confirmation of the 3 departments, the technical analyst would set an entry, okay, and we execute it accordingly. Vice versa scenario is that let's suppose 2 departments confirmed إنه اتجاه الماركت is this way and 1 department confirmed إنه اتجاه الماركت this way, no trades would be executed. Moreover, with TradeVance we do something called backtesting. So and I believe it's very important for each and every person حتى إذا he's a trader, which is أي trade نحن نربحها we do see why would we win and أي trade نحن نخسرها ما نعرف نحن ليش خسرناها. So there's accountability on that and at the end of the day people trust us. We believe we care about reputation a lot, we care about our reputation a lot, and I believe as founders of TradeVance and as team of TradeVance and as executive of TradeVance we would protect our reputation with our life. So to ما تخلي الريبيوتيشن تبعك to be affected and as well تكون أمين على مصريات العالم and to anywhere or another to maximize their profits, a certain work should be done. We cannot neglect that work. And I believe we're doing great job for the people. نحن with the 4 consecutive months اللي قطعوا كان عندنا max drawdown of 4.8%.
True.
And having a 4.8% max drawdown is a great number with a 4 consecutive month. هذا بتفرج العالم if they check our portfolio بتفرج العالم إنه عن جد نحن we're accountable about our work. We take actions, we're responsible, and I believe not speaking for ourselves, but we're smart people to adapt into what's happening in the market, to adapt on the latest trend, to adapt to new ideas, and yeah, I believe we're doing a great job, and I guess this is the start.
طيب برأيك شو هي الفكرة الخاطئة اللي عندها إياها الناس regarding الكوبي تريدينج؟
اوكي انا ما بشوف فكرة خاطئة، انا بشوفها it's so good to be true. شو قصدي؟ نحن تعودنا من نحن وصغار انه to make money you should do hard work. Second of all, as a third perspective, أنا as a someone that I'm not exposed in financial markets, I don't know how that works. ما عندي فكرة كيف copy trading بيشتغل. So بيجي أنا بقول له إنه مثلا you set a deposit whatever the amount is and you get a profit which is not guaranteed, and I believe I need to emphasize on the idea that that trading is risky. So to have that 15-25% as an ROI with you doing nothing, just that minimal effort that we've mentioned earlier, it's so good to be true. بينقذوا من العالم. So they set delusions. Scam, it's a fraud, it's something not realistic. هذا شيء منه مزبوط. Blah 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 blah. So they set that delusion. They put themselves in this state. We said, oh, and they start influencing people around. And the thing is انه it's true guys, you can think smart and make money in a smart way.
طيب انقل شوي هلا على قسم التريدر. كتريدر مش كوبي تريدينج، حدا عم يشتغل له، هو عم يشتغل. شو برأيك بفرق التريدر عن الجامبلر او المقامر؟
Okay, نحن as a human being and individuals, we are gamblers. يعني we do gamble each and every action we take. We do gamble each and every relationship we're in. We do gamble certain discussions with people, we gamble it. So this is a trait عند كل حدا. But when it comes to trading and in life, but let's focus on trading now. So when it comes into trading, you should control that. You should know إنه أنا as a gambler I can't reach a certain place. And I should be thinking of trading. And الفرق بيناتهم is the mindset. And this mindset هي بتنطبق على التريدرز إنه to self-reflect on themselves first, to see, to set their stop loss, to set their take profit. Those are not changeable. Okay, wait for confirmations. Don't fear of missing out a trade. Opportunities does exist, and they act according to that. While gamblers, they believe إنه the market is going up بدي لحقه, so I execute the trade. Boom, market بيعكسني. So since I believe as well the market is purely psychological. This is from my perspective. I'm not saying it is psychological, but from my perspective and my experience, since as well we're speaking honesty, I believe the market works on psychological aspects. So yeah, I believe traders are the people that succeed in this niche, and gamblers lifetime value تبعهم is very short, is very short.
Definitely.
And with trade vans we just do as well psychological workshops. So build psychological workshops, we try in a way or another انه نحن نكون عم نعمل highlighting on the psychological aspect of trader, the fear part, the greed part, the fear of missing out, the journaling part, which is very important, and I believe قليل العالم اللي بيحكوا فيها, whether it's a life aspect to journal or as a trader. And as a trader I need to journal, I need to set out why I did lose this trade, why did I win this trade, if I lose this trade what was the reason I lost this trade. Is it because I fear of the market يعكسني so قربت أنا stop lossي, or is it the thing that I get greedy and I take my take profit to a next level? Is it the thing that I fear of missing out and enter a trade بنصها ومش وقتها, it's not the right entry? So the difference is just the lifestyle, the mindset, and everything. There's two separate people.
طب شو برأيك الأهم بالتداول؟ الأرباح العالية ولا الاستمرارية؟
Okay, the first rule in trading is protect your capital. So the first thing I need to focus on is أنا ما أخسر المصاري اللي حطيتهم or the capital that I've set. And making high profits might be doable. Fee to make 50-100% ROI on my deposit amount. But is it sustainable for the next day, next trade, whatsoever? No. So if I think of it and I set a roadmap where I'm making, let's suppose 5% ROI, I'm not speaking of the numbers that trade vans بيعملون, and people are being shocked with those numbers as traders. So if you come for a trader and you say, trade vans is doing 25% ROI, whoa, that's a large amount, watch out. Okay, 4 months consecutive, how they're doing that? This is our secret key. Now when it comes in, I'm doing 5% ROI, let's suppose I've deposited $1,000, after a year, I'm gonna have approximately on a 50% ROI whatsoever, and this is really good. Banks ما بيعطوك 5%, أو إذا بيعطوك 5% تاكل سكام مثل ما صار عنا بلبنان 8%, whatever the amount is. So protecting your capital, not losing your capital, minimizing your risk, and entering trades in a right aspect, I believe is way more beneficial than doing high profits.
طب شو الأخطر؟ طمع ولا الخوف؟
I believe الطمع. Fear, when we're speaking of fear and greed, there's two separate things, but at the same time they have a lot of correlated stuff. So when it comes to fear, I believe it's not easy, بس محل معين it's faster to إذا بدك تكون عم بتحلها than the greed part, since you just face it. If I'm fearing to lose a trade, then as simple as that, I risk what I'm willing to lose, and I have the confidence to execute the trade, and I believe it's gonna do what I just said. So this is the first part. And regarding confidence, I believe each and everyone need to have a confidence بأي شيء بده يكون عم بيعمله، لأن ما بحياتنا كلنا أخذنا قرار وقت نحن كان self esteem تبعنا واطي. ما بحياتنا كلنا we approach someone when our self esteem is low. ما بحياتنا كلنا we take a step, we applied on a job, we get interviewed or we open a business or we take that risk والconfidence تبعنا كان تحت. Our self-esteem should be high. So that's first part, doable. Now when it comes to greed, you have a voice in your side of your head يلي هو psychologically they call it id. So id is a voice in your head that seeks pleasure, okay? And anywhere or another when you become greed هذا الصوت براسك بصير يصرخ يعني بصير like to scream. Let's make a salary of a doctor بشهر يا خيي, it's not doable. So the hard part is to first of all be aware of the id, be aware of this voice inside of your head, and this takes a certain period of time which is depends on how much you reflect on yourself, how much you try to listen the voices inside of your head, how much you can separate those voices from the good voice, your intuition, your gut feeling, and from the intrusive thoughts or from the screaming voices inside of your head. So I believe it's definitely doable to overcome the greed, بس محل معين it takes certain effort. It takes you sitting by yourself and just knowing yourself more, reflecting on yourself more. فيا greed is way much worse than fear.
طب هاني برأيك انت ليه المبتدئين معرضين اكثر يخسروا بالاسواق المالية؟
اوكي losses بالفاينانشال ماركتس كل حدا معرض لها, بس في عندك البيجنرز they're more prone انه يكونوا عم يخسروا بالتريدينج ل couple of aspects. The first thing is lack of education. Or if they're educated they're not well educated. ومحل معين there's no right or wrong أكيد بالeducation. There's different systems, there's different strategies whatsoever. So this is the first part. The second part is psychological. So أنت to know yourself more you need to get exposed to different conditions. فاللايف ما بعد التايم تبع البيجنر هو شوي صغير. As أنت كبيجنر to be stated under the term of a beginner الوقت اللي أنت مقضيه بالتريدينج منه كتير طويل. So you're not exposed enough into different scenarios, into different إذا بدك market conditions. So محل معين you're not exposed to being self-aware أكتر لتفهم أنت psychologically كيف عم تشتغل. So yeah, they're more prone because of those two factors. How they can إذا بدك minimize or reduce their losses is basically with the right education. This is one. Two, with the right guidance. And I believe TradeVance emphasizes and إذا بدك مركز كتير على فكرة إنه to set the right educational program and as well to have mentorship programs for our clients and the beginners in general. وعندك psychological part as I've mentioned earlier بالworkshops and the webinars that we're setting بالpsychological aspects الخاصة بالfinancial markets. So they can minimize those by working with TradeVance.
طب بدي اسألك شو مدى أهمية الانضباط مقارنة بالاستراتيجي؟
اوكي إذا استراتيجي ما كانت valid enough وما كانت مزبوطة حتى لو كان عندك انضباط you still have errors. So the building block is the strategy. أساسي الاستراتيجي تبعك. إذا أنا الاستراتيجي هيدي أنا اللي بشتغل عليها هيدا محل ما بدي بلش. بس إذا أنا ما كان عندي انضباط to stick to this strategy as well it's useless. So هني بيكملوا بعض. you should build a foundation base with your strategy. تكون منضبط and consistent and disciplined إنك to execute this strategy for a time that it deserves to be tested. لأن I believe بالexperience تبعي بآخر فترة أو بالexperience تبعي من أول ما بلشت بالfinancial markets I was changing a lot of strategies. بس أنا to change from a strategy to a strategy كل وحدة منها كان في عندها timeline معين لكون عم بعطيها حق if it's a successful strategy yes or no, if it brings me profits yes or no, if it fits my lifestyle كيف أنا بشتغل إلى آخره. لأن كمان you have a different type of traders, you have a different strategies. في عندك السكالبر, you have the intraday, you have the swing trader whatsoever. So حسب اللايف تبعك, حسب أنت كيف, حسب كاركتيرك whatsoever إلى آخره. They all I believe they are all factors بأسرع هذا الموضوع.
طب أنت كهاني شخصياً كيف أثرت عليك الخسائر بالتريدينج؟
Okay, I believe losses in general they influenced me and they impact my career in way or another in a good aspect. I don't regret them. بس محل معين أكيد definitely you minimize them. First of all, losses بتعلمك إنه losses are part of the process. انك توقع او الاوبستكل بتواجههم اني part of the process. يعني you need to be realistic at the end of the day. If you be delusional ما you're not fulfilling the goal تبعك. So being realistic, losses are part of the process. Let me try to minimize them as much as possible. As well كل loss انت بتقطع فيها whether بالfinancial markets or other aspects in life هي لازم a loss for you to learn. So you learn from the mistake. by different things that you do. يعني one of them is basically doing journaling بكل نهار انت بتعمله بالتريدينج. This could minimize a lot. يعني you cannot imagine قديش the impact of you journaling could basically impact the results تبعك and the probability and the profit تبعك or probability of success.
طب هل بتعتقد انه معظم العالم هلا بيقبضوا اقل مما هن بيستاهلوا؟
Yes, definitely. لأن first of all you're oversaturated بكمية العالم اللي بيقدموا على الشغل. And as well you're oversaturated بالبزنسز اللي بتفتح. فبمحل معين في كتير demand على الموضوع. So definitely لأن demand عالي بمحل معين business is gonna be cutting costs by reducing employees' salaries. What people should do in this scenario is definitely مش يستسلموا يتكتفوا يقعدوا. What they should do is basically take action. So if I'm in a position where I'm underpaid بس I don't have any other option بعقلي أو بالبي او في تبعي I don't have any other option إنه أكون عم بعمله أطلع من هيدا الشيء. So what you do is just stay in that until you find something that أو stay in that and in the meantime work on something else and extra that could put you in a scenario بتكون بposition أحسن. ما بقول لك it's a perfect position. ما بقول لك it's a perfect scenario that you're gonna be in. But what I'm saying is انت state تبعك هون or position تبعك هون with a payment. So as a payout my bad. So انت to elevate yourself in a better payout you should seek different opportunities. So in that situation I believe my advice for people is ما يكونوا not to surrender okay for the situation اللي فيه and try to seek better opportunities. There is no perfect way for you to start. There's just the perfect way for you to start is just start. As simple as that. Just take action. Just do what your intuition says. Just improve 1% in بحيالله شيء. ما ضروري بس أنا my focus is أنا to get paid more. For you to get paid more, there's a different aspects بالحياة بتكون بتشتغل عليهم. The first thing is invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, and invest in your lifestyle, the things that you do and the things that you don't. So بمحل معين, this is the reality. Employees are underpaid. They should seek better opportunities. They should work on themselves. They should invest in themselves. They should take action. They should be accountable. They should be responsible. So my advice is just guys take action. Just don't stick to the loop. Break out the cycle.
طيب هاني اثنيناتنا متفقين انه في كتير تريدينج كومبانيز ان كان بلبنان وان كان برات لبنان. اليوم شو بيميز تريد فانس عن باقي الكومبانيز؟
Okay. I believe there's great companies بلبنان. شوي. And I believe as well TradeVans is doing impact بقلب financial markets أو the difference TradeVans is doing غير الcompanies الباقي is first of all before me speaking of the technical terms بأي شركة عندك إياها there is people behind it and I believe the people behind the TradeVans are people that working a lot of hours. There is no off days. There is responsibility and accountability. There is a reflection in each and every action that's taken. There is يعني قد ما بدك discussions بتصير and قد ما بدك intensive meeting for a long hours to know what's the right choice to take. This is the first thing. Second of all, we believe إنه محل معين I don't need to sound cliché بس المعدن والإنسان كتير بيعمل فرق. أنا believe المعدن تبع كل إنسان وهو كيف be TradeVans as from a founders till the last employee. First of all, it's a family. This is one. Two, كل حدا منا بيشتغل بضمير. و this is the most important thing. On the technical part, we're providing a lot of value. يعني, when it comes to traders, the value that we're providing is basically we go on a daily live analysis. So أنا إذا حتى حدا عندي beginner أو even advanced أو even intermediate, there's third party that's giving them confirmations بالlive analysis يلي هي مثلا for example gold بيتحرك من هيدي لهيدي we have a right entry over here there's two scenarios so بتعطيه أكتر شوي it cuts off the noise بلكي حيعمل هيك بلكي حيعمل هيك with an expert guidance. The second thing إنه هودي اللايف سيشنز محل معين بينعملوا بساعة معينة أو بوقت معين بس يمكن أنت as an employee you have a job ما فيك أنت to leave your job and to watch the live so نحن بنعمله there is a recorded session إذا حتى you don't have time I believe you do. If you don't have time to do the recorded session, we have a summary for the recorded session شو صار. Moreover, for all of our clients, we give them free workshops and webinars since we believe it's a win-win situation for us and them. عم نحكي business perspective. If they make money, we make money. If they lose, we do lose. So this is as well part كتير مهم. Moreover, the signals that we give. كل companies they give signals, but our signals are A+ setups. What do we mean by A+ setups? Are setups that have 96% probability of success. So we don't just send signal for people مثلا 70%, 80% success rate. So we care about the people عن جد تكون عم بيعملوا مصاري. So make sure عن جد we're putting that much of an effort. يعني trade events منا عبارة بس عن هاني ومنا عبارة عن مازن منا عبارة عن مجد, عبارة عن a very big team. وهذا التيم هو عم بيشكل هذا السيستم, وهذا السيستم أي واحد منه موجود بهذا السيستم, اي واحد he's lacking his responsibilities او ما بيعمل التاسك تبعه, this system could be penetrated, and we make sure عن جد انه كل حدا منا عم بيعمل شغله, كل حدا منا is being accountable, كل حدا منا is doing his tasks to provide at the end of the day الفاليو اللي عنا اياها, او اذا بدك السيرفيس اللي عنا اياها, ليكونوا العالم محل معين they're satisfied, they're getting the results, and we're reaching what we want.
خبرنا هاني, انت شو الصعوبات اللي واجهتها بمجال العمل؟
ما بنكر كان في كتير فيز صعبة وفترة طويلة كانت عبارة شوي عن ضياع, على ما في كلاريتي, على قرارات خاطئة, على distractions, على giving importance to stuff that أنا مش لازم أكون بعطيه أهمية. وواحدة من الصعوبات اللي كانت إنه أنا مش فايت على جامعة, وأنا I believe الجامعة إذا fraud أنا scam, بس ب different sectors لا. So to find myself أنا بلا جامعة مش عارف شو الكارير باتباعها كانت صعبة شوي. كانت you're a person مش ماشي مع إذا بدك المجتمع تبعك, يعني كل الناس كل أصحابي إلى آخره كانوا بالجامعة بيعملوا اختصاص, أنا مش عارف حالي أنا وين. So هيدي كانت فيز صعبة شوي, بس الحمد لله لأن my intention was pure. I was having a goal that wasn't clear enough, but I was having an end goal. الرود ما كان واضح لها. And I believe once you have a goal, once you know your why, things start to إذا بدك هيك توضح أكتر شوي. I've opened more than 9 businesses. They كانوا successful definitely, بس محل معين they lead لأنا أكون هذا الشخص اللي أنا هلا. المستيكس اللي قطعت فيهم, the dark phases, the bad phases whatsoever, هني they shaped me, they shaped my character. They shaped how I act, how I talk, whatsoever. So I'm doing my best not to go back on that state, whether psychologically, emotionally, mentally, or whatsoever. But yeah, it's part of the process, Majd. Everyone should embrace the mistakes. Everyone should embrace the dark side. Everyone should embrace the losses تبعه, the bad part, the side اللي هو ما بيحبه من حاله. And he should embrace it. He should look back to it and believe انه انا I'm gonna do everything not to go back on this state. I'm gonna do everything not to be this kind of person. I'm gonna do everything not to be situation معين. So yeah, so each and everyone should embrace هذا البارت. Each and every one of us should embrace the bad stuff اللي بيقطع بحياته.
اوكي هاني, هلا اللي عم يحضرنا بده يصير يفكر يقول انا من وين في يبلش. خبرنا كيف فينا نبلش, من وين في يبلش؟
Okay, the most important part بحياة كل إنسان هي عبارة عن الواي تبعه. So every one of us should know شو الواي تبعه. What's your why? And I believe there is a great saying that says a man that knows his why can bear any how. So if you know أنت الواي تبعك, you can bear any how, you can bear any obstacle, or you can bear any loss that you had whatsoever. So first of all, for each and every one of us, لازم يعرف الواي تبعه. This is the first thing. Second of all, مثل ما بيقولوا صفي نيتك أو purify your intention. Third of all, have that rage. I believe rage moves the needle. So you should have the rage to just cross mountains to reach your why. So figure out your why, purify your intention, do whatever it takes لتوصل محل ما أنت بدك. Have that great confidence and self-esteem اللي عندك إياه, and believe that you're capable of doing anything you want. Anything you want of your life. شو ما أنت بدك بالحياة فيك أنت توصل له. بس it needs certain work. So set it on a scale of balance. Do I really need this thing? And what should I sacrifice? Am I willing to sacrifice whatever it takes? Am I willing to sacrifice كل شيء عندي لأوصل أنا اللي بدي إياه? So this is a good start. And when it comes to financial markets, for you to start is to know إذا أنت عن جد مقتنع بهذا الشيء. So أول شيء يكون عندك قناعة إنه is this thing عن جد بيمشي. This is the first step. Second step, work with the right people. Third step, again, do whatever it takes to reach this place.
Thank you هاني. Thank you أول شيء لأنك you shared your experience وبشفافية كاملة كانت. وإن شاء الله هذا بودكاست كان هيك الناس تستفيد منه وتكون فهمت أشياء وحتى نقول لهم انه عن جد حيلا حدا عنده اي سؤال اي استفسار please share it with us.
Thank you Majd Dilak. You're doing a great job. And as well I believe and I hope العالم يكونوا عن جد استفادوا من this conversation that we're having. و at least to do هيك a small impact. And I have a last message for each and everyone. Is basically guys, no one's gonna come to save you. Just take action, just do it. It's not that much for, just take the first step. This is everything I have to say. Thank you Majd.
Hani.
Thank you.
Thank you for all. We'll see you in the next podcast.